Hello, 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 my beloved souls. Blessed be you, blessed day. Welcome back. I'm Autumn, the Enlightened Daughter. For those of you who don't know me, for those of you who do, welcome back, High Vibe Tribe. So much happening, so much going on. Just like being here with you right now was like, whew, okay, God, like I gotta get through this. It's been a rough couple of days. This full moon that's coming up on, I want to say July 3rd, at least where I'm at. So I feel like it's like the second and the third, depending on where you're at in the world, um, is really powerful. And a lot of shifts are going to be changed. A lot of shifts are going to be occurring. We were already in that phase. I just saw 111. We were already in that phase of cycles endings and completions, right? There was a lot of that nine energy going around the collective. There was nines, there was all these ones, right? I just saw 111 and 101. And these changes, these shifts are coming in very powerfully and not with the gentlest energy. And it's not, I mean, that's not surprising because this full moon is in Capricorn, right? And Capricorn is kind of like a tougher energy, right? They're the sure-footed goat. Um, but it also we have this like new moon happening in like Cancer, right? We have this like Cancerian Capricornic push pull going on. So you would think that they would have a little bit of softer edges around it. Um, but it's been kind of like a jagged little pill, some of these changes that are going on. And so a lot of angst and aggression and this frantic energy, right? They showed it to me almost like a live wire, right? Like in the street after a storm. And so I'm just looking like right, like I'm looking down this like dark street and this telephone wire, is down, this power line or whatever is down, and I just see it jumping. Pop, 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 pop. And it was reminding me of all the imagery that they've been giving us through lightning, um, which indicates power, right? Power and strength and focus, right? Because a lightning strike is so strong and so powerful that depending on where that thing strikes, it could be very catastrophic, right? And so this energy of being a live wire is a reminder, to those of you who, are here with me and resonate with these messages, that especially if you resonate as a light worker, that you have to be very mindful of your energy and where you're putting your focus and how you're using your energy, right? Like there are many who have incarnated before and used their talents, their skills, and their gifts, and they use their powers the wrong way, right? That's the fall of Atlantis and all these other um places and people that came before us that were doing so well, right? They had it all going, and then they ended up being misguided or unfocused or just trying to do too much, right? And then ended up causing more calamity and more harm than good at the end of the day, right? And so when we have this like powerful energy within us, right? Like almost like the energy you have going through like your lamps, right? Right now, like when it's focused and it's harnessed and it's used the right way and it's sealed and protected, right? It does great things for everyone, right? Like it can bring light to your world, it can start your car, right? Charge your phone, like all the things. But when that cord is cut and we're disconnected, like when we get disconnected from the divine and we get disconnected from our higher self and we get disconnected from our own inner voice and our intuition, right? Then our energy is all over the place. Then we're spread too thin and then we're not being helpful. We're not being useful and we're causing more harm than good, right? Because we're like spreading ourselves thin, but we're just causing fires. We're just hitting shit and causing fires, right? We're not actually like turning the lights on. We're not actually creating anything. What we're creating is chaos and calamity, right? And so a lot of that frantic energy is within the collective right now. And a lot of ascension symptoms, I'm sure, are going to be happening or have been happening for people. Um, as you guys know, I'm like an energetic front runner, right? Like first responder. So when shit happens, it comes and it hits me heavy. And for the past like 48 to 72 hours, I got rocked. Like I did not feel good at all. My stomach was on fire, massive pains in my head. I felt like I wanted to just cry for hours, but there was nothing coming out. But there was sadness and this angst and this anxiety and this frantic energy, and it was just like in this overwhelm and this frustration. I was like, what is happening? Right? Like I'm in my own little bubble, zen, like trying to grow through the things that I'm experiencing at this time. And so to all of a sudden just to have this energy wash over me. And I mean, it took me out. I had to shut everything down. And when I tell you shut everything down, shut everything down. I'm already in a space where I've been having technological issues to begin with, right? I'm already in that space. But on top of that, on top of the technological issues I've been experiencing, on top of the storms that I've been experiencing, on top of the life lessons that I've been growing through, right? Like on top of all of that, right? Then I get this like energetic flu, right? Um, and it was hard, right? Like I'm not sleeping, I don't feel good, my energy is low, I just want to cry, I can't like deal with people right now. It was just like so overwhelming. And it was frustrating to me because I'm like, what is this? Right. And so I'm like in prayer and I'm in meditation. Journaling, and I'm like trying to work through all of this because I'm like, this is too much bubbling up at once, like, is this the stuff that I'm like just really pushing out, like stuck energy from my lineage? Like, what is this? Is this the collective? Like, what is happening? So I had to start like dissecting it like bit by bit, like, okay, what happened in this scenario? Was that triggering? Like, what about this over here? Is it this energy? And then I realized, okay, no, like this isn't my energy because I'm like, God, this doesn't feel like my energy. Like, where did this come from? Like I was just like, what just happened? It's like you walk into a middle of a fight and you're just like, what the hell just happened? You just get hit in the side of your head and you're just like blindsided, right? Like that's how I felt. I was like blindsided, right? So I'm not feeling good, and the things I'm working on aren't working because I'm not working well, right? Like my body is causing even more electronical eclipses happening around me, and it was just a lot, right? And so I'm like, okay, what's going on with the full moon? What does the collective need to know, right? Because I'm talking to Luna every day, right? And I'm outside with the sun every day, and I'm outside with the moon every day, and I'm talking, to Gaia, and I'm like, what is going on? Like what just happened? Because that was a lot, like I couldn't sleep, I wasn't no appetite, I just did not feel like myself, I did not feel good, really frustrated, really anxious, and those aren't um I keep saying like that because those aren't energies, that's not feelings that I'm familiar with. It felt um it just felt like a lot of overwhelm. And I'm like, what is happening? Like what is that? Almost like what people would describe as like a panic attack, right? So that energy is going on. And as I was connecting with the divine and connecting with, okay, this is the energy of the collective right now. Like, what does that mean? Like, what's up? Why is everybody so anxious? Right? Like, why are people freaking out? Why is there this tension, this underlying tension going on? Right? Like, why are people so tense? Um, and then I got, the relational energy sent my way. There's money energy sent my way. There was stability energy sent my way. There was security energy sent my way. And I was like, okay, right. So again, full moon is in Capricorn, earth energy, right? Stability, foundation, tangible things, right? The fact that there's like whispers of a recession out there, right? People are starting to freak out, right? And we're getting a lot of this energy not only on that end, but also for those of you that are here doing this work as light workers, this is time. This is the time where we're being pushed forward to do the things that we need to do on this physical plane to get things done, right? So yes, amazing. You're a light worker and you meditate all day, and you're super zen, and you do yoga, and you have crystals and all the things. Fantastic, amazing, wonderful. What are you doing for the collective here in the 3D world besides holding the vibration high when you go into meditation? When you come out of meditation, right? and you get up and you get active and you get moving in this world, what are you doing here for the collective as well? Now, that looks different for everybody, right? That looks different for everybody. Not telling you to start a YouTube channel. I'm not telling you to start reading tarot. I'm not telling you to do any of those things, right? I'm asking you, what are you doing here? Because that is why there's this tension and frustration. Your soul is calling you forward to do what you signed up for, right? Your soul is pushing you forward to get on path and to get on path and to walk along the lines and the guidance that like to do the things that you were meant to do. And every time you move away from those things, every time you move away from your truth, from your desires, from your goals, from your dreams, from your heart, you start causing further discord in your life, right? When we start getting illnesses and dis-ease, like becoming, coming into our bodies, those are normally the reasons for it, right? Because we're moving away from that in which we're supposed to be doing, right? That in which would bring us absolute joy and pleasure and bliss, right? And living a joyful experience and having an exuberant life, which in turn gives other people permission, 1111, to do the same thing as well, right? When we show up like vulnerable and authentic and in our truth, right? Like not only does it feel amazing, because right now there's no bullshitting, there's no hiding. It's like I am who I am and this is what it is. Take it or leave it. You don't have to stay here. Um, but you also give other people permission to do the same, right? We're all pebbles in a pond, right? You drop that little pebble and watch it ricochet out. And then those blessings get to come back in towards you, right? Which is super dope, right? Karma is super dope when you use it the right way. So anyway, you're being guided to get on path and to stand in your truth, to speak your truth, to walk your truth, right? To express that in whatever way that seems fit for you, right? Like you see me here, I'm like in this beautiful art gallery, like that's their truth, right? Like that's their form of expression. That's not me. Like I don't this, I'd be like, what? Like that's not my thing. But I love to dance, and I'm an amazing cook, right? And I'm great at divining with cards. And when I put my hands on someone by the grace of God moving through me, things change, right? Like those are my gifts. So that's how I show up in the world. It doesn't mean that any of that has anything to do with you, right? Your gift could just mean that like you're the dopest man there is, and like people are just better for knowing you, right? Like some people just have the dopest energy, and whoever you come across you in this world is just better off for having gotten to know you, right? Like that could be your truth. That could be how you're showing up in this 3D world because you're blessing people here on this earth. Just keep that in mind. Anyway, what else did they want me to talk about? So ascension symptoms, solar plexus, craziness going on, a need to stay really, really grounded during this time. Can't stress that enough. Can't stress that enough. Can't stress that enough. You can go outside in nature, beaches, ponds, lakes, forests, rivers. I don't know. Get outside. Go outside. Go talk to the sun and the soil. Um, Eat grounding foods. I've been on like a vegetable, fruit, and water kick. Like, I just bought 3 freaking pints of blueberries. They're delicious. Amazing. Hydrate. Eat grounding foods. Clear out your solar plexus. Yellow foods will help that as well. Get outside, go into nature. Mm. So my head just started being like boop boop. So with this crown chakra and third eye chakra stuff that's going on, right? If you might have been getting like pressure in your head or um like that pounding behind the backs of your eyes, or sorry, I'm getting a lot of messages at once. Pounding of your head, pounding behind, pressure behind the backs of your eyes. Oh, they're saying even if you feel like that pressure here was at like our jawline, I guess up here. So if you've been feeling tightness here or just like frustration or anything like that, that's because it's just a lot of energy moving through the third eye and the crown chakra to open you up for even more of the downloads that are going to be coming in with the se- the 7-7 gateway. Okay. I kept seeing the 7-7 and the 8-8. The 7-7 is leading into the 8-8 gateway, the Lionsgate gateway. The Lionsgate. Sorry, guys. Anything else before I pull some cards? A lot of healing going on, a lot of purification, um, a lot of upheaval, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it doesn't always feel so nice, right? Like that's just the truth of the matter. Um, for those of you that are relocating, you're gonna be fine. I just heard. There's healings and blessings going on in financial matters. There's healings and blessings coming over moves and relocations and new homes. There's healings happening in communications. Some of you need to start paying more attention to your dreams again. Um, try to create a gratitude journal, right? Book that you keep right by the bed. Normally, when we start writing stuff, we're trying to remember everything. It can be too much at once, right? So start just like trying to jot down like the main things, like pumpkin, midnight, London, purple onion, green shoes, my stepfather, Italian flag, like you know what I'm saying, like things like that. So that way, when you look at it, you can piece it together, and then you can see what those messages symbolize for you. And I'm saying that because a lot of your ancestors, um, a lot is it just saying? I want to say your ancestors and spirit guide. It doesn't feel right. Sorry. Your ancestors and your galactic star family have been trying to um, communicate with you in dream state, and they're leaving like little symbols as like a little map. You know what I'm saying? But they need you to tune in. Sorry, they just damn fell far. Oh my. Okay. Michael. Oh, Archangel Michael with enchantment. Look at this hair. So cute. So we have this beautiful purple, violet color, right? That we already saw with the crown chakra. So there is a lot of downloads happening for you guys, right? And again, I love this. Just all the stars, right? This is our galactic star family really coming through the star. A lot of magic here. Unicorns come with healing within their horns, right? So again, there's a healing on the crown chakra. There's a healing on your connection with the divine. There's a healing on how you channel and how you process and how you download and how you are receiving these messages. And for some of you, this is definitely going to be a physical healing as well, which is such a gift. I'm hearing mental and physical healing. So that's super dope, especially if you've been like challenged with like, some mental illnesses or depression or, things like that, however they choose to categorize it, right? There's going to bring some peace and healing and relaxation and contentment brought to your mind, right? Like almost like your mind can stop racing for once, right? It's gonna get some rest. For those of you that haven't been sleeping, because I know that I haven't been sleeping at all through this transit. When this energy dissipates, right? Like you're gonna be able to get rest again. Right now, a lot of the reason why you haven't been sleeping is because of all the healing that's going on within the crown chakra and all the downloads and messages that are trying to come through and trying to get grounded through you so that you can move forward on your path. Okay. And then we have Archangel Raphael with the Earth Force. I love that. Archangel Raphael means God heals, right? And so beautiful green energy, that healing energy that is around our heart chakra, right, as well. But this is a beautiful healing of the earth, right? And so look at this. We're healing the very earth, right? Gaia herself. So beautiful healing coming in for Gaia, coming in for the planet. Again, I ask you, my beautiful light workers, way showers, whatever you choose to resonate with in this lifetime, how are you going to show up for the collective in the physical? How are you choosing to show up? And are you choosing to fully show up, or are you dialing it back because you're afraid of what the naysayers may have to say, right? This is the time where you need to do what's best for you and your path and your goals and your dreams. And take a, so funny, and take a step back, right, from other people's energies. That was another big message that came through for me because I had to, we're light workers. We show up, we love, we go deep, we open our hearts, we extend, we expand, we do our very best for everyone all the time. Um, and to our detriment many times, right? Like we're sick, it doesn't matter, we'll still show up for someone else who's sick, right? We need rest, doesn't matter, we'll stay up to support someone else. We always do those things, right? And it's hard sometimes to set boundaries. It's hard sometimes to take a step back. It's hard sometimes to have to pull your energy away to focus on your own healing and your own peace of mind and not necessarily pour that into another person, even though you know that they're hurting or confused or ill or whatever, that they are in need, right? And to not be the hand of God in that moment, right? 2222. I just saw. So when I wasn't feeling good, I had to, and when they showed me that electrical wire, right, and meditation, and that didn't sit well with me because I'm like, I don't like that energy, right? One of my cousins passed away after a storm. Electrical wire hit a puddle that was on the ground, and she happened to step in the puddle and got electrocuted, right? So that was a clear message for me. You know what I mean? It was like that's what that electrical energy is, right? That's what that energy is for us. If we're not focused, if we're not paying attention, in a second, everything could be taken from you, your life included, right? Even more the reason why to focus, even more the reason why to pull back sometimes, even more the reason why to sit in the stillness. That frantic energy will have us making mistakes. That frantic energy will cause unnecessary calamities. That frantic energy will fuck everything up if you let it. You know what I mean? 2323, I just saw. So anyway, thank you, angels. Thank you, guys, for the messages that are gonna come through. What do we need to know? What do we need to see about this full moon? Gaia, what do you want us to know? What do you want us to see about this full moon? She was like, I said what I said. Said what I said. Why you still shuffling? So funny. Lake, stillness. Like I said, gotta pull back from that frantic energy. It was hard for me. Like, I don't like suffer from like panic attacks or anxiety or stuff like that, right? Like I just know that it's like not healthy for my system and I try not to get myself that worked up. I'm also in Aries, right? Like we get over shit in like 5 seconds, right? I'm mad for a second, I said what I said, I got it out and I moved on with my life, right? So to feel this overwhelming energy just like kept trying to like break into my peace. And I'm like, I don't know what this is about. Like, I have to shut everything down because I don't know where it's coming from. And so now nothing feels safe. right? And so that was a big part of it. It was like nothing feels safe. I don't know what's happening. I don't know who I can trust in this moment. I don't know why I feel like that. So now I got to shut everything down, right? Like there was that big energy going on around, and so I shut everything down. I got into the stillness. I went to the quiet, and I gave everything to God. I was like, oh no, this I will not be doing this. No gracias. 0 stars. 2 thumbs down. Don't like it. Not a fan. You know what I'm saying? Um, crying or and just like like not being able to breathe, crying and crying and not being able to catch my breath, and not being able to just like formulate a sentence or even to understand what was wrong, because it took me a long time to figure out what was even wrong. I was just like, I don't like how I feel, and this does not feel good. And then I couldn't accomplish the things I was trying to accomplish, and things were just like going haywire around me. And I'm like, what is happening? Right? And then it's like this emotional overload, and I was just like, this is uncomfortable, right? And so we have to go into that stillness, that quiet, connect again with our divinity, with the higher self, and get some clarity. And that was a really, really great part of like what I asked God for. I was like, I just need some clarity. Like, give me clarity as to what this is so I know how to move. You know what I'm saying? Like, help me to understand all of this, right? And that was one of the clearest messages that came through, right? Like, focus. Make sure that you're focused. Make sure that you're surrounding yourself by people that are focused. What are you focusing on? Again, right? Because you might be focused, but you might be focused on the wrong thing, right? Some of you are focused on these like little knuckleheads out here that you call your baby mama or baby daddy, right? You focus on what they doing as opposed to being focused on the kids, right? You're focused on, what your neighbor is doing as opposed to being focused on yourself. I know several people that like are always focused on like celebrity drama and action and stuff like that because it's easier for them to focus on others than it is for themselves. Right? It's easier them for the to sit in judgment of another person's lifestyle than it is for them to look at themselves and say, hey, you know, I'm not perfect, and it's hard. Self-awareness is not like a fun thing. You know what I mean? Like to be self-aware is not necessarily fun because it's like, damn, you got to see everything and you got to check yourself. Immediately, you have to check yourself. Immediately, through every situation that you're growing through, you have to check yourself. When these relationships are coming up and these people are coming at you and people are either projecting things onto you or reflecting back to you, right? These are all life lessons and moments of time to have a self-awareness of why am I showing up like this? Why is it showing up in my world? What does this have to do with me? Does this have anything to do with me? You know what I mean? Like there's so many questions. It's delicious. It's exhausting, but it's delicious. Stone people, vigilance. Stand strong. Be solid. Stay grounded. Right? Like that's really, really strong. Do not forget that you are strong as a mountain. You know what I mean? Like through all the storms of life, no matter what's happening, it's up for you to just stand in your truth, right? And that's what that vigilance is. It's you standing in your truth, standing in your honesty. That's you being blessed and covered by grace, right? By the grace of the divine, right? And so knowing that you have that, knowing that solidity is within you. So when all these storms start coming, right? And there's been a lot of storms coming. When all these storms start coming, they don't throw you off. They don't change who you are. You understand? It's a beautiful gift. And then we have wolf instinct, right? This is you once again connecting with your high self, right? And look, all by the lonesome, right? Lone wolf, having to trust their animal instincts, right? Having to trust, their other senses outside of just their eyes, right? Ears as well, their nose, right? So this is us tapping into every aspect of us and embracing every aspect of us, right? Sometimes we focus too much on what just the physical eyes can see. No, this is a time for you to tune in and start heightening your other senses, your physical and your spiritual senses, right? What about your sentience and your clairvoyance and your claircognizance and your clairtangence and all the things, right? Start honing those gifts. Start fine-tuning your spiritual gifts, right? If you do readings, right, start doing more. Start really tapping into the energy of the cards. Learn about your cards. And I'm not talking about the history of the cards. Learn about your cards and how the messages show up to you, right? If you use astro dice, if you paint, right? Like whatever it is, right? How are you connecting with that energy, right? artists are amazing because they see it before they do it, right? So they have to see it in order to create it, right? That's just a reminder to all of you, like it was once in someone's mind's eye and then it became physical. What are you manifesting right now? What are you putting in your mind's eye that you can see so clearly that one day it may be hung upon a wall? There's a lot of abundance and blessings coming in for the collective right now. Like I said, tangible things. Tangible things. Capricorns are great about doing things tangibly and like really getting it done. You know what I mean? Especially a lot of Capricorn females that I know, like they don't play with their money at all. They're always like looking for other opportunities to just like get a couple of dollars or cents thrown in there. You know what I mean? They like to look good. They like the nicer things in life. Um, and they're about their bread. You know, gotta love it. Gotta love it. That is so dope. Oh my god. Ah! Bottom of the deck, manifesting dreams. Look at the cornucopia in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the energy that's coming in during this time. It's beautiful. And this is coming, like I said, you saw something and then it manifested. Boom. I love the fact that they just gave me that word again. But this is coming as a result of you tapping in to your higher self and your energies and your gifts and then making them solid and manifest. It's really just a guided light right now to know to a guided light right now for you to know that the things that are in your mind's eye that you can't let go of, the dream that you desire, that thing that's holding on to you at this moment, right? If you follow through with it at this time, it is meant to really bless you. 3131, right? It's meant to really bless you. It's meant to give you a really blessed and bountiful physical life here in this 3D reality, right? So go for it. Emerging into grace, I open my soul to grace, right? Ask God for grace in every area of your life. Lord, bless me with this business, by your grace. And if not, this or something better, right? Ask God for grace, grace over your health, over your family, over your children, over your business, over your home, over your car, over your food. I ask God for grace in everything. I listen, all the things every day. My hair, I don't give a fuck. I ask God for grace in everything. Work with me, Lord. I'm just a human. Receiving from angels. Shimmering wings of angels embrace me with love. I love that for you, for all of us. So don't only, you know, forget about like how much you're loved, but don't forget to be open to receive as well, right? Like keep yourselves open during this time. Again, a lot of blessings and manifestations. This is connections coming in. This is you tapping into your higher self and being guided to call somebody or, reach out to someone that you were thinking about and like those things just become like dominoes, like falling back to back and it's like, wow, I just called such and such to say what's up, and it just so happened that like maybe somebody else was like mentioning you, they were thinking about you. You guys reconnect. That can be the business partner that you needed, or the investor that you needed, or the partner that you've been looking for, or like the change that you desire. Whatever it is, you don't know, right? God uses all things for our good. It's amazing how that works. So allow God and the angels to bless you, right? She loves you very much and making a difference. My inner light shines far and wide. Yes, it does. Like I said, we're all pebbles in the pond. And so you may think that it's nothing. You may think it's a small gesture. You may think that it's a little thing, but I'm telling you, it's having long-term effects. And with the gifts and the talents and the skills that you have, my beautiful light workers, way showers, 144,000 witches, warlocks, shamans, energy workers, goddesses, freaking earth angels, however, shamans, shamankas, however you choose to incarnate at this time, my magicians and muses and all the things. You're amazing and you're talented and you're loved and you're skilled and you're valuable and you're worthy. And you had a lot of incarnations prior to this one on this planet and in others in which you brought those talents and those skills with you. It's time to activate them. It's time to allow them to come through. It's time to allow a little bit of magic with a K into your life, right? Start tuning into who you are. All these light energies, right? This is your essence and your aura as well as those of your guides. So start creating some magic in your life again. Start bringing that energy in. Ask your angels and your guides to help you. They want to help you, right? Look how big the angels' love is for you in comparison to just like who you are as a simple human. They got you covered. And that's just one. You know what I mean? We all have guardian angels as well as a whole slew of other angels that come in with us to help us get through these times. You know what I mean? So whatever you're working in on this time, you got a special group of angels working with you, plus your guardian angel. Talk to them. They're right there with you right now. Might as well holler. Be like, "What up, y'all?" I love when I call my team of light forward and I can feel their like energy like flowing through my body. It's like the dopest thing in the world. Anyway, so yeah, a lot happening with this full moon. So if you were like me and just weren't feeling better, feeling well, I hope you feel better. Coconut water helps. Water with lemon help. Of course, pink Himalayan salt. You know, I'm a big fan of that. I was really drawn to eating a lot of like healthy fats. So like, not a lot of healthy fats, a healthy fat, avocado, big time. Like avocado and tomato salad was like holding me down. Again, like I said, I just bought like 3 pints of freaking blueberries. I was bought some bananas recently. I was eating almonds and cashews, right? Just again, a lot of just really earthy, light filled foods. You know, and not to say that I don't eat meat anymore because I do. I still eat, chicken and steak like that. Like I love food, so I'm not gonna probably not ever not be eating meat. Um, but these are the things that like my body was kind of like craving and nurturing. Like even like cheese, like some cheeses, which I thought was pretty surprising because I normally don't sit well with cheese, but it was just like you need to have a little cheese, you need to have a little chocolate, eat these nuts and eat these berries, and I was like, hey, Archangel Raphael, I'm an intuitive eater. That's why I'm so healthy, right? That's why I'm so healthy. When I don't listen is when I get the things. But like I said, I like food, so I pick my battles. Anyway, I love you. God loves you. I just said 3636. Angels surround you. And I'll see you soon, my beloved. Later.